1号下午，国务院总理李强在北京人民大会堂举行仪式，欢迎马来西亚总理安瓦尔对我国进行正式访问。国务委员兼外交部部长秦刚等出席欢迎仪式。军乐团奏马中两国国歌。随后，安瓦尔在李强陪同下检阅了中国人民解放军仪仗队。欢迎仪式后，李强同安瓦尔举行会谈。李强表示，习近平主席同总理先生就共建中马命运共同体达成重要共识，为新时期双边关系发展擘画了蓝图。我们要以此为指引，推动双方合作朝着更高质量发展。李强指出，中马都是发展中国家和新兴经济体，要深化发展战略对接，推动更高水平的双向开放，推动融合发展。欢迎马来西亚同中国的产业链、供应链、数据链、人才链深度互嵌互融，加强新兴产业合作，鼓励双方合作朝着创新、智能、数字、绿色等方向提质升级。中国愿扩大进口马优质特色产品，加强农业领域合作，增进友好互信，积极开展教育、文化、旅游等领域合作。中国愿同马来西亚等东盟国家加快推进南海行为准则磋商，共同维护南海和平稳定。中国将继续坚定支持东盟中心地位，构建更为紧密的中国东盟命运共同体。两国应旗帜鲜明捍卫多边主义，维护广大发展中国家和新兴经济体共同利益。安瓦尔表示，中国是马来西亚的伟大朋友，马各界都致力于加强对华友好。马新政府把发展马中关系作为优先方向，坚定奉行一个中国政策，支持中方提出的全球发展倡议、全球安全倡议、全球文明倡议，愿同中方深化各领域合作，推动马中关系进一步发展。会谈后，李强和安瓦尔共同见证了经贸、农业、海关等多项双边合作文件的签署。秦刚等参加。
A water diversion project across a desert in northwest China has been in operation for more than 2 decades, providing much-needed water to residents and safeguarding the local ecology. In one section of the project, water is diverted from the Yellow River, China's second-largest river, to Minqing, a county in Gansu province that had long suffered severe water shortages. Construction of the project began in 1995 and was completed in 2000.The project was put into operation in March 2001.
截至2022年年止，累计向民情调水17点55亿立方米，为食养和流域生态文明建设及管区群众增收支付提供强有力的水利支撑和保障。
The water diversion project is part of the Jingdian program. The program comprises several water conservancy projects benefiting some 500,000 locals.
工程的建成产生的生态效益跟10万亩的设备防护林形成一道绿色的长廊，景点向民情调水，为这个整个生态走廊起到了至关重要的作用。
Oh, say, can you see? Aye there, mateys.The U.S. loves to talk about freedom, human rights, and the rule of law. But small nations know Uncle Sam wants to take their resources, not give them democracy. America is in love with pirates. There's a reason for that. From the very beginning, the U.S. has been a nation of plunder and exploitation. The genocide of Native Americans.The key role of African slaves in building wealth. Manifest destiny. Coups against democratically elected governments to support pro-business dictators. Manipulating foreign governments to ensure access to natural resources. No matter how hard the U.S. tries to glorify and deify itself, piracy is written in its genes. To disguise this, the U.S. hides its pirate nature behind a set of universal values. But the skull and bones will always be a better symbol of the American way than the Constitution. And the rocket's red glare, and bombs bursting in air. Har, 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 har.
安瓦尔总理这次访问是他就任以来对中国的首次访问。习近平主席同安瓦尔总理举行了会见，一见如故，谈得很好。两国领导人同意共建中马命运共同体。在这样一个主线的引领下，中马关系呢有两大支撑。第一就是高质量合作。那么两国领导人也要求双方要加强发展战略的对接，在数字经济、绿色发展、新能源、农业现代化等等领域打造新的增长点。另一个重要的支撑就是加强中马在国际地区事务中的战略沟通和协作。中国和马来西亚作为亚洲发展中国家重要的新兴经济体和国际的进步力量，有必要加强战略沟通协作，共同践行真正的多边主义，抵制冷战思维和阵营对抗，捍卫国际公平正义，维护发展中国家的正当权益。
蔡英文访问中美洲，过境美国，预计将会见美国众院议长麦卡锡。据报，中共收买华人闹场的一幕还可能重演。周五，旅美雕塑艺术家陈为民表示，蔡英文抵达纽约当天，他目睹了中共故人绞场的情景。
在纽约，我看到他们大概有500多人吧，午餐我们巴士接送1年100块钱，还有700块钱天这种费用。
陈为民表示，这是中共海外渗透的惯常做法。
这是习惯性的。中国在海外布局嘛，确实有大的事情的时候，他们都会鼓动一些人去抗议去反对这种事情。
中国民主党青年部执行长谢立健当天也前往纽约对蔡英文表达支持。他表示，有消息说，中共正在雇人去洛杉矶，准备在蔡英文与麦卡锡会晤的地点绞场。
中共出了一些资金吧，主要是200块钱，说他们站台。他们这个活动没开始之前，我们洛杉矶这边也是收到很多这个信息。洛杉矶的中共体系就已经号召加州这些各种东乡会、统一促进会、商会联谊会都在鼓动，在微信群拉人。我4月5号在里根不是蔡英文演讲并与麦卡锡议长会晤的场所，这个要抗议。
谢立健表示，他将与美国调查部门及时保持沟通，曝光中共海外代理人。
你有抗议的权利，但是不要动粗搞过激行为。如果有这种事情发生，我们会第一时间录像取证，报给这个相关机构，为进一步深入调查这些海外中共代理人，尤其这些已经入了美国国籍，还在继续为中共拼命摇旗呐喊，在出卖美国利益的这么一些人士，我们会报给相关机构做进一步调查。
新唐电视台记者赵凤华、张丹霞、刘芳采访报道。
Oh, it plays a tremendous role. Congress has been involved in Taiwan from the very first day of normalization of relations with the People's Republic. Of course, the US had to move out of Taiwan, but then we had the Taiwan Relations Act. And ever since then, whenever there have been periods of peak tension in the late 1990s, and of course now the administration is forever looking over its shoulders to see as to what the political sentiment is. I think the political sentiment on Congress is so bitter with regard to China, particularly vis-a-vis Taiwan, that I actually commend the Biden administration in this instance to at least sort of talk through to Mr. McCarthy and ensure that he doesn't go to Taiwan like Speaker Pelosi did, and have that engagement somewhere on US soil. And hopefully it will go somewhat under the radar, but I think the Congress is really pulling the US administration in a very negative direction on Taiwan.
仇中抗中、一美谋独的两岸政策，必然逼使台湾走向战争的凶险境地。因此，我们今天看到蔡英文过境美国，我们是奉陪到底。
And there is truly no separate real country of Taiwan. It is an artificial division which the West, which our leaders are trying to create, and I reject this as an American. And I think that the only way for us to move forward at this point is to make deals with China. Peaceful cooperation with China, nothing else.
They are troublemakers for the stability and peace in Taiwan Strait. And they are also troublemakers for China-US relations. Because we want to have a stable, healthy relationship with the United States of America.